Hello everyone, I'm Emily and I live in Essex with my husband Matt and our two sons Fraser and Caleb. Today I thought I would do a video about my very own little fairy tale. I haven't quite got the courage to draw my life yet, but I thought I would draw you my very own little love story. So I was born and raised in Toronto, and my now husband was born and raised 3,500 miles away in Essex in the UK, so it must have been fate that brought us together. At the age of 14, my family and I upped and moved to the UK. So I started school and I got a little weekend job when I was 14 at the local Toby Carvery, basically a place that sells roast dinners. And while I was waitressing there on the weekends, looking disgusting and covered in gravy, Matt used to come in with his family for Sunday dinner. I always used to notice him and I thought he was so cute, but I avoided his table as much as I could because I was so embarrassed. We never actually spoke. A few years went past, and when I was 18, I remember moaning to my friend at school about my then boyfriend, and she said, "There's this really nice guy I know called Matt. I know you two would really get on. He's such a nice guy, etc, etc, etc." She was like, "Come out, you've got to meet him." I was like, "No, I've got a boyfriend already." So it was another missed opportunity for us two to meet. So then I went off to uni and I had the most amazing time, and when I finished university I came back home and I got my first ever proper job as a marketing assistant at a paper company. It was literally like working at the office. I also worked nights at a bar called the Sugar Hut. I basically was working day and night because I was saving up to go traveling around the world, something I had always wanted to do. One day, after working really hard all day and night at my two jobs, my friends came into the bar where I was working and said that they were going to Sam's nightclub and would I come too. We were off the next day to book our ticket around the world travelling and they wanted to celebrate. I was so tired I nearly didn't go. The girls persuaded me to go with them, and when we got there, I noticed some boys dancing on the dance floor like complete idiots. It turned out to be Matt and his mates. Later that night, my friend introduced me and him, and we chatted all night, we swapped numbers, and we had a good old smooch outside the kebab shop. Ah, young love. And I don't know why I've made us look like ducks here. The next day, Matt texted saying, "It was lovely to meet you, maybe you can convince me to go travelling with you one day." I went off to London with the girls, booked our ticket around the world, and we were leaving in just 5 months' time. Although I was going, Matt and I started dating, and everything seemed fast forwarded because there was a time limit. On our first date, we just got on so well. He told me everything about himself and I really opened up to him and told him so many things. We just connected and I felt so comfortable with him and he was just really chilled out. I think that's how you know that you've found the one, when you can just be yourself and they just love you regardless of your past or your flaws. And not to mention he was a total hunk. We quickly fell in love, it was really hard not to, and the date came when I was due to go travelling with my friends. I was so torn. I loved him so much that I didn't want to leave him, but on the other hand, I knew that I would always regret it if I didn't go and things didn't work out between us. We spent what felt like weeks saying goodbye, and then off I went on my trip. Our first stop was LA, and I called and emailed him every day, and I spent loads of money on phone cards. Our second stop was Fiji, and although it was so beautiful and amazing, I was just really missing Matt. I called him and I said that I wished that he could join me. To my surprise, he said yes. He quit his job, sold his car on eBay, and he was due to join me in 6 weeks' time. My friends and I travelled New Zealand in that time, and then Matt and I met up in Sydney, Australia. I was so pleased to see him, but I was also a little bit nervous. We'd only been together for a few months, and now we were going to be living together and travelling together. We spent the next 5 months travelling the world. We did the east coast of Australia with my friends, and then we went on to travel Asia together. We had the most amazing time travelling the world and falling in love together. We met pink dolphins in Singapore, we got robbed in Malaysia, we swam with turtles in the Perhentian Islands, we lived in a little hut on the beach in Thailand, we had clothes made in Vietnam, we learned all about the killing fields in Cambodia, did our paddy and did scuba diving on the coral reef, we travelled Laos on a lazy riverboat and met amazing people along the way. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my whole life, and I'm so glad that we shared it together. After 7 months, we were pretty broke and we had to come back to reality. We lived with my mum for a while until we got jobs, and then we bought our first little flat together. It was a little one-bedroom flat. It was tiny, but I loved that flat so much because it was our very first home together. We both worked really hard. I was working in beauty PR up in London, and Matt set up Essex's first ever male grooming salon. We had very little money to start with, but it didn't really matter because we were really happy. After 4 years, I booked a trip to Venice for Matt's Valentine's present. We went at the end of March, and on the last night of our trip, Matt got down on one knee by the Rialto Bridge and proposed. It was actually April Fool's Day when he proposed. I said yes through lots and lots of tears, and we went and chose a ring. He had proposed with a fake ring from Accessorize so that I could choose it for myself. He knows me so well. We got married a year later in a chapel in Brentwood. We had quite a low-cost wedding with lots of DIYs in it, but I didn't really care about all that fancy stuff. I just really wanted to be his wife. We had the most amazing day with our friends and family, and then we went off on our honeymoon to Bali. Bali was beautiful and had such lovely people there. It was a real luxury. About 6 months later, we started talking about trying for a baby, but we thought that we'd wait for a few months to start trying. But I kind of thought that I should just come off the pill, to get it out of my system. It was never going to happen straight away. But anyway, we went off to Barcelona. That's supposed to be Barcelona. And I felt really sick. And then I realized that I was late. I never ever expected to get pregnant straight away, but we did. On our weekend away, I didn't say anything to Matt because I wasn't completely sure, but when we got home, I did a test, and instantly there were 2 big pink lines. I didn't even have to wait 3 minutes. I was so nervous to tell Matt that night when he got home from work because it was a lot sooner than both of us had thought it would be, but luckily he was thrilled. We welcomed Fraser into the world in 2010, and we also moved into our very first house just 3 weeks after he was born. And then I gave birth to his little brother, Caleb, in 2013. They look just like Daddy, and I'm so happy that they do. We've now been together for 10 years, and I'm looking forward to growing old and grey with him. I just don't know where I'd be without him. I love him so much, and he's such a great dad. He's just amazing with the boys, and he always does the right thing. Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favourite. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you didn't have to reach for the sick bucket too many times. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and thanks again. I will see you very soon. Bye!